Hello students, good morning all of you. Welcome to the online session organized by Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation. Today, I am your expert teacher for today's session. My name is Girish Patil. So let us start today's session. Hello students. Today the subject we are going to deal with is history, and this is an extended session. This is the third lecture of the chapter which we have started, the ancient kingdoms of the South. Today's session will be an interactive session. For this session, as all of you know, you have to carry a notebook and a pen with you. In today's session, I am going to share one by one a slide. You will be having some questions on the slide in the form of fill in the blanks. And I will allot you 2 minutes for each slide. You have to read the question and you have to memorize the answers for the question. And you have to note the answers down in your notebook with you. At the end of the slide, we will discuss the answers. So before starting the session, let us recapitulate some things, what we have learned in this chapter. Basically, the objective of learning this chapter, the ancient kingdoms of the South, the first objective was to learn about the dynasties in this period. Means the ancient period, the dynasties of the ancient period. We have learned about them. The second objective was to learn about the cultural progress made during this period. According to the second objective, we have learned about the areas and extent and the boundaries of the kingdoms in the South. We have got some information about the important rulers of each and every dynasty. We have also learned about the cultural and the progress made by the kings and their work in the field of art and literature. And the third objective, to understand the India and cultural relations with Southeast Asia during this period. Means cultural, traditional, also economical relations of India with Southeast Asia. Means the foreign relations. We have already covered all these topics, all these points in the last 2 lectures. So let us come to the topic, the ancient kingdoms of the South. This lesson was divided into 6 different parts. 9.1, we learned about the Chir, Pandya and Chola dynasty, their boundaries, their extents, the important rulers, and the capital of some kingdoms. In 9 point about the Satvahana dynasty, the important rulers, the cultural life, the economical life of the kings over there. In 9.3, we learned about the Vakataka dynasty, the king who established this dynasty, also about the different cultural and art and literature facts of this dynasty. This was our first lecture. In the second lecture, we got information about the Chalukyas in 9.4. In 9.5, we got information about the Pallavas, the Pallava dynasty. And lastly, we got information about the Rashtrakuta dynasty. And after completing all these points, it was described that in the last session, it will be an interactive session. You students will be given a chance to express your opinions, to give your answers. But before that, I will share a slide with you. You have to read the questions. You have to note down your answers. You will be getting a time of 2 minutes for each slide. And after completing 2 minutes, any one of you can unmute your mic and give the answer for each question. You have to read the question properly and you have to answer it. Okay, so let us start our first slide. Basically, in 9.1, we learned about the Chir, Pandya and the Chola dynasties. So the questions are based on the Chir, Pandya and Chola dynasty only. First question. You have to note down the answer in your notebook. I'm going to read the question. You have to understand the question and you have to note down the answer in your notebook. You can write the heading 9.1, the Chir, Pandya and the Chola dynasty. And after that, you can write number 1 and you have to write only answer in your notebook. Don't copy down this question. Only write the answer in your notebook with you. You have to copy down this title, this heading of this slide. Don't copy down the question. Only read the question and note down the answer. For your understanding, I'm going to read the question. So the time of 2 minutes starts now. The Port Muziris was in the Dash Kingdom and was a major center for the export of spices, pearls, precious stones, etc. to Rome, in Italy, and to other countries of the West. So note down your answer. In which kingdom this Port Muziris belong? You have to write the name of the kingdom over there. Now the second question. The Pandya kingdom was a part of today's Tamil Nadu. The capital of this kingdom was Dash. I guess you understood all the 2 questions and you have noted down the answers. See, you can see the map showing the Chir, Pandya and Chola dynasty in the south. So you can memorize, you can remember what we have learned in our 2 lectures and note down the answers properly. Okay, the time is up. Any one of you can unmute your mic and give the answer of the first question. While giving the answer, you have to read the question properly and then you have to answer. Yes. Adarsh Kanojia. Unmute yourself. Adarsh Kanodia.
Yes, sir.
Yes, unmute yourself and read the question and answer the first question.
The Port Mudris was in the Dash Kingdom and was a major center for the export of spices, pearls, precious stones, etc. to Rome in Italy and to other countries of the West.
Very good. What is the answer?
Sir, Kanchi.
Kanchi. No. The kingdom. Only the three kingdoms. Shir, Pandya and Chola are there. The answer is among them only. Lakshmi Singh. Lakshmi Singh.
Yes,
Unmute
sir.
yourself. What is the answer?
The sir answer is Cheer Kingdom.
Very good. Correct. The answer is Shir Kingdom. Good. Now the second question. Ankit Singh, you are raising your hand. You can unmute yourself. Read the second question and answer it.
The Pandya kingdom was a part of today Tamil Nadu. The capital of his kingdom was.
Yes, can you remember? Do you remember the answer? What was the capital of Pandya kingdom?
Pandya.
Yeah, Pandya kingdom. Good, Pandya kingdom. But what is the capital of that kingdom? Yes, Yash.
Pandya.
Yash. No, you're wrong. Yash. Yes, Chambar. You can answer. If you know the answer, you can give the answer. Saloni Sharma, you raise the hand. Saloni Sharma, you can answer.
The Pandya kingdom was a part of today as Tamil Nadu. The capital of this kingdom was Dash.
Madurai, told by Saloni, I think. Very good, Saloni. You are correct. Madurai was the capital of Pandya kingdom. See, student, this was just the first slide for you, and you are finding it difficult to answer. Why this happened? You know that this happened only because you have not read most of you have not read the lesson. Every time your teachers, when they complete the chapter, when they explain the chapter in your classrooms also, or when they explain the chapter online also, after that, they give you the instruction to read the lesson. Most of the students find it boring to read the lesson. But you should not find it boring to read, because history is his story. That is just a story. You have to read the story and understand what is in that story. And you should remember the things which you have read over there. And then only you can give the answers. Only learning the questions given behind the textbook and writing up them in your exams is the old traditional method. And nowadays, all the learning habits have been changed. In future also, if you are going for any competitive exams, there you have to go through multiple choice questions. You don't have to write the lengthy answers over there. And the options in that questions will be such that there will be proper 4 options for you. And these 4 options will let you in the confusion if you have not read the topic. If you have not read it properly, the options will make you in the confusion. So reading textbook is a very important habit in today's 21st, 22nd generation. You are not old traditional students. You have to upgrade yourself. Reading the textbook is the basic thing each and every student should follow. हिंदी में बताना चाहूंगा कि हर एक बच्चे को टेक्स्ट बुक रीड करने की जो आदत है ये डालनी ही पड़ेगी, डालनी ही चाहिए, क्योंकि आगे चल के आपका जब जमाना आएगा, जब आप कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में खड़े होंगे, तब आपको मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस के ऊपर फोकस किया जाएगा। और अगर आपको मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस अगर परफेक्ट आंसर अगर चॉइस करना है, तो आपको उस टॉपिक को पढ़ा हुआ होना चाहिए। All the things you are learning right after 5th standard will be included in your competitive exams. If you want to become officer, if you want to become a good professor, a good teacher over there, you have to give the exams, competitive exams. And for that, this questions which are coming from in between your lessons will help you out. So the first slide was very much surprising for you all, I think, because it led you to think more, to recall your knowledge more. So this challenge is required for today's students. As you are all smart, you should study smartly. You should read the question lesson. Adarsh Kanojia, it was not expected from you. It's very bad because you are a good student. I know you, and you were not able to answer it because you are not reading the chapter. You should read the chapter. Okay. Let us move to the next slide. The second slide is related to Satvahana dynasty. So the first question, your time starts now. It is the time of 2 minutes. You have to note down the answer in your notebook. Okay. Dash or the present day Paitan in Maharashtra was the capital of the Satvahana dynasty. You have to write down the name of the capital of Satvahana dynasty. Today that city is known as Paitan, but what was the name of the city during the ancient period? You have to write the name of that city. The second question, the dash was the founder of the Satvahana dynasty. The first king who established the Satvahana dynasty is called the founder. So the king dash was the founder of the Satvahana dynasty. You have to note down the name of the king. Third question, dash is described as Tri Samudra Toyapit Vahan. You have to write the name of the king who was described as Tri Samudra Toyapit Vahan. We have learned in detail about it. You can write down this heading, the Satvahana dynasty, and after that, number 1, number 2, and number 3, and note down your answers. Okay. Time's up. Sakshi Singh, you have raised your hands. So you should read the first question and answer it. Sakshi Singh.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Read the first question and answer it.
Dash or the present day Paitan in Maharashtra was the capital of Satvahana dynasty. Answer, yes. Pratishthan.
Very good. Absolutely right. Pratishthan. Very good. Next, Rahindra Sharma. Rahindra Sharma. You have raised your hand. Unmute yourself and read the second question and answer it.
King Dash was the founder of the Satvahana dynasty.
Yes. What was the name of the king?
Simik.
Okay. You're right. Nitesh Verma. You have raised your hand. Nitesh Verma. Unmute yourself and read the third question and answer it.
Is described as Tri Samudra Toya Pet Vana.
Vahan. Yes. Dash is described as T Samudra Toya Pit Vahan. What was the name of the king?
Nane Gate.
No. Naneghat is the place. You have to answer the name of the king. That was a king who was described as Tri Samudra Toya Pit Vahan. You don't understand the question or what? Saloni Sharma, answer. Third question. Saloni Sharma.
Sir, Nahapana.
You are wrong. Nahapana was a kingdom. The name of the king. I have also showed you the photo, the picture of the king. Rahindra Sharma. Answer it. Rahindra.
Shaka. Shaka king.
Sir,
No.
can I tell?
Yes, who is that? You tell your name and then answer it.
Ankit Singh.
Yes, Ankit Singh, answer it.
Tri Samundar Topite Vaha means one whose house have drunken the water of three seas. It simply means to describe the one whose king is so vast that it extends to the three seas in Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean.
You have answered what is Tri Samudra Toya Pit Vahan, but the answer is not that. The question is not that. Question is, dash is described as Tri Samudra Toya Pit Vahan. Who was the king who was given the title of Tri Samudra Toya Pit Vahan? Adarsh Kanojia. You have raised your hands. Answer it.
Sir, Gautami Putra Satkarni.
Yes, correct. Gautami Putra Satkarni was the king who was given the title Tri Samudra Toya Pit Vahan. Here I understood that most of the students have not understood the question only. What is the question? You have to understood the question first. The first two answers were given very perfectly, very correctly. Pratishthan was the answer for the first question. Pratishthan, the present day Paitan in Maharashtra, was the capital of the Satvahana dynasty. Then King Saimukh was the founder of the Satvahana dynasty. That was the second question. And Gautami Putra Satkarni is described as the Tri Samudra Toya Pit Vahan. Correct. Very good. Other. You can note down these answers if you have not got. Let us move to the next slide. Your time starts now. Question number 1. You can write the title, the Vakataka dynasty, and then you can write down the answers. Okay. The Vakataka dynasty was founded by the King Dash. Who was the founder of the Vakataka dynasty? You have to write down the name of that king over there. Then question number 2. Kolhapur was known as Dash during Vakataka period. During ancient period, what was the name of Kolhapur? Today we know that city as Kolhapur, but what was the name in the ancient times? You have to write it. Third number. Gupta Emperor Dash have married his daughter Prabhavati to Rudra Sen II, the Vakataka king. The North Indian king. What was the name of that king who have made the diplomatic good relations with the Vakataka king by marrying his daughter Prabhavati to the king Rudra Sen? Note down the answer. Fourth question. The Vakataka king Pravar Sen II composed Dash in Maharashtri or Prakrit language. We learned that Pravar Sen II was a good, having a good intellectual literature. He was having, he has contributed in the literature, in arts. So what book he has composed? You have to write the name of the book composed by Pravar Sen II. And the last question, Varahadev, a minister of Vakataka king Hari Sen, was the follower of Buddhism. And the cave number Dash at Dash was dug at his instance. Time's up. Yes. Let us take the answers from you all now.
Sir.
Kritika Santaraj Jaiswal. You have to read the first question and answer it. Kritika. Kritika, are you there?
Yes, Vakataka dynasty was founded by the king Dash Vindhya Shakti.
Vindhya Shakti. Very good. Correct. Absolutely right. Next. Who is raising your hands? Yes. I want to see all of you. Maximum students should participate in it. Come on. Raise your hands if you want to answer the second question. Saloni Sharma. Second question.
Sir, Kunchal.
You have to read the question and then answer it.
Yes, sir. Kolhapur was known as Dash during Vakataka period.
Kolhapur was known as Dash during Vakataka period. What was the name of Kolhapur?
Kunchal.
Kuntal. Yes. Okay. Kuntal was the name. Very good. Correct. Ankit Singh. Third question.
Ji, sir.
Third question. Do you know the answer of the third question?
Sir, I know.
So you read the third question and answer it.
Yes, sir. Gupta Empire Dash has married his daughter Pravavati to Rudrasen, second the Vakta king.
Vakataka king. And it is not empire, it is emperor. Gupta emperor. Empire is different and emperor is different. Okay. Emperor. What is the name of the Gupta emperor? Answer. What is the answer?
Chandragupta II.
Chandragupta II. Very good. Correct. Chandragupta II has made the diplomatic good relations with the Vakataka king. You are right. Fourth. Who is raising your hands? Fourth, answering fourth one. Lakshmi Singh. Lakshmi Singh, answer the fourth one. Read the question and answer it. Lakshmi Singh.
Yes, sir. The answer is Setu Bandh.
First of all, read the question, beta. Read the question and then answer it. Lakshmi Singh. You have to follow what I have said. You have to read the question first and then answer it.
Okay, sir. The question is the Vakataka king. The Vakataka king Pravarsan II composed Setubandh in Maharashtri, a Prakrit language. Answer Setubandh.
You are right. Absolutely right. Last question. Varahadev, the minister of... Who is going to read? Nitesh Verma. Nitesh Verma, read the fifth question and answer it. Nitesh Verma.
Yes, sir. Vardadev, a minister of the Vakataka king Harisen, was a follower of Buddhism. Cover number dash at dash was dung at his intent. Cave number 16 at Ajanta was dung at his instance.
Instance means when he was present, the cave number 16 in Ajanta was being dug. And cave number 16 of Ajanta was dug during this Vakataka period. Correct. Absolutely right. Very good, students. You are showing a good progress. Slide by slide, when the slide is been changing, your hands are raising. The number of the students who are raising your hands are growing properly. Gradually, they are growing and you are giving Good answers. Okay. So these are the answers. Vakataka dynasty was founded by Vindhya Shakti. Kolhapur was known as Kuntal during Vakataka period. Gupta Emperor Chandragupta II had married his daughter Prabhavati to Rudra Sen. Okay. Then the fourth question, the Vakataka king Pravar to compose Setuban. That is the name of the book, Setuban. Then Varahadev, the minister of the Vakataka king Hari Sen, was the follower of the Buddhism, and cave number 16 at Ajanta was dug at his incense. If you visit the Ajanta, you can go over there and you can remember that where we have learned about this cave in our history textbook. Very good. Good students. There is a good response from all of you. Now, let us move to the next slide. Your time starts now. The question is, Dash king established the rule of the Chalukya dynasty in the 6th century CE. All of you have learned that Chalukya dynasty was present in the 6th century. And who was the king who established this dynasty? You have to remember it and you have to note down the answer in your notebook. The second question. The capital of the Chalukya dynasty was Dash, which was earlier called Vatapi. The name of that city was Vatapi. But now the name have changed and you have to write the current name of that city, which was the capital of Chalukya dynasty. And the last one, the famous temples at Badami, Aihole and Dash were built during the Chalukya period. I've shown some things, some clues are being given over the slide only. You can use that clues and you can answer them. Yes, students, only 40 seconds are remaining. Note down your answers fast so that you can unmute yourself and you can answer. Note down them in your notebooks. Time's up. Okay. Then now, people who are raising hands have been grown. So I'm going to give the chance to the newer students who are raising their hands. Vantar Pula. Who is Vantar Pula over here? You can unmute yourself and answer the first question. Vantar Pula. Vantar Pula. Ketan Vantar Pula, it is there. You can unmute yourself and you can read the first question and answer it.
King established the rule of the Chalukya dynasty in the 6th century CE.
Okay. The king Dash established. What is the name of the king?
Pulakeshi.
Pulakeshi. One.
Yes.
Pulakeshi one. Right?
Yes.
Are you giving the same answer?
Yes.
Okay. You're right. Second question. Sakshi Singh. Unmute yourself, read the second question and answer it. Okay, Kanojia, unmute yourself and read the second question and answer it. Adarsh.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Dash, which was earlier called Vatapi, the famous temples at Badami, Aihole, and the answer is Badami.
Badami, the capital of Chalukya dynasty, which was called Vatapi. Now it is called Badami. Very good.
Thank you,
Third
sir.
question. Third question. Rahinder Sharma. Shri Dhanu Pote. Shri Dhanu Pote. You unmute yourself and read the third question. Shri Dhanu Pote. Shri Dhanu Pote. Shri Dhanu Pote. I am giving you a chance, beta. You have raised your hand first time, I think. Unmute yourself.
Sir, I read.
Okay, if Shri Dhanu Pote is not confident, Rahindra, you can read it.
The famous temples at Badami, Aikol, and Dash were built during the Chalukya period.
What is the answer?
Pattakal.
Pattadakal.
Huh.
Pattadakal. It is the name of a place, and you can see the picture I have shown over here also in the right corner of your slide. The temple of Pattadakal. The answer was present in your slide only. It was very easy. The clue was given over there only. So you can note down these answers. Those who have not remembered the answers, write the answer. The first answer, King Pulasheki I established the rule of Chalukya dynasty in the 6th century CE. The second answer is Badami. The capital of Chalukya dynasty was Badami, which was earlier called as Vatapi. And the last answer is the first temple of Badami Ahihol and Pattadakal. The name of the place is Pattadakal. The beautiful temple is shown in your slide also. Okay. Let us move to the next slide. 9.5, the Pallava dynasty. The questions are related to the Pallava dynasty. Your time starts now. Note down the answers in your notebook. Dash in Tamil Nadu was the capital of the Pallava dynasty. What is the name of the place that was the capital of the Pallava dynasty? Note it down. And the famous Dash temple of Mahibalipuram was sculptured during the Mahendravarman and his son Narsimhavarman's reign. This temple have been sculptured in the single rock. What is the name of the temple? The speciality of the temple is it was been sculptured in the single rock. What is the name of the temple at Mahibalipuram? So for these are only two questions, and one of the answer is there only hidden in your slide. So please don't take more time. Okay. Time's up. I have given only 1 minute for it because it was very, very easy to answer. So those who know the answers, they can raise your hands. Okay. Tiwari. Pintu Tiwari. This Pintu Tiwari, you can read the first question and you can answer it. Yes? You don't know the answer, beta? Then Saloni Sharma. Unmute yourself and answer.
Sir, I giving answer.
Okay, you give.
Dash in Tamil Nadu was the capital of Palambi dynasty.
Pallava dynasty, yes. What is the answer?
Kanchipuram.
Okay.
In Tamil Nadu was the capital of the Pallava dynasty.
Okay. Now the second question.
The famous...
No, not you. Akash Maurya. Unmute yourself and read the second question and answer it.
The famous Mahabalipuram temple of Mahabalipuram was sculptured during Mahendravarma and his son Narsimhavarma region. This temple have been sculpted in the single rock.
What is the answer?
Mahabalipuram.
No. The name of the temple you have to answer. Mahabalipuram is the place. It is already given in your question. Yes, Kritika Jaiswar, you can answer this question.
Can I?
What is the answer?
Temple. Ratha Temple.
Ratha temple. Okay, very good. Fine. These are the two answers. Kanchipuram is the capital of the Pallava dynasty. Was the capital of the Pallava dynasty, and the Ratha temple. Okay. Next slide. Your time starts now. It is about the Rashtrakuta dynasty. King Dash established Rashtrakuta power in Maharashtra. What is the name of the king who has established this Rashtrakuta dynasty? Okay. And the second, the famous Kailash temple carved at Ellora during the reign of the King Dash.
Kailash.
This is reign, R-E-I-G-N, reign, means the power, during the power. In the last slides, one student was reading it and he pronounced it incorrectly. And that's sculpture. Sculpture, not that. It is sculptured over there. Okay. Now, focus on this slide. King Dash established the Rashtrakuta power in Maharashtra. What is the name of the king? And the famous Kailash temple carved at Ellora during the reign of King Dash. Who was the king of the Rashtrakutas? In his presence, the Ellora, the Kailash temple at Ellora, has been sculptured. It's been carved. Yes, those who know the answer, raise your hands. Rahindra Sharma, you can read the first question and answer it.
Yes, sir. King Dash established Rashtragut power in Maharashtra. Kanya Kumari.
What?
Kanyakumari.
What you have to name the king. What is Kanyakumari? Kanyakumari is the place. Adarsh Kanojia.
Krishna, sir.
No, your chance is over. And your answer is also wrong now.
Sir, Krishna,
what is the name? Yes?
Krishna Raja.
No. The king who established the power.
Anti-Dark.
Lakshmi Singh, what is the correct answer?
Yes, sir. Answer is Danti Durg.
Very good. Danti Durga. King Danti Durga established the Rashtrakuta power in Maharashtra. It is correct. Correct. And the second question. New students who are raising their hands, they should unmute yourself and answer it. Okay. Shri Dhanu Pote. I am giving you a chance again. If it is convenient for you to unmute and answer it, you can read it and answer it. Yes, second question.
Thank you, sir. The famous
Kailash
temple covered at...
Carved. It is not covered. It is carved.
Carved at
Ellora.
During the reigning of kings.
It is not raining. It is rain.
Reign of kings.
Kailash.
No. The name of the king is not Kailash. You are wrong. Your answer is wrong. Vantad Pula. You can answer. Vantad Pula. Read the question and you can answer.
The famous Kailash temple
Carved
at
Ellora
during the reign of king.
What is the answer?
8th century Rashtrakuta.
You have to name the king. The name of the king.
Rashtrakuta.
No. Particularly, there is a name of that king. Kritika Jaiswal. No. The chance goes to another student. Kritika Jaiswal. answer this question? Okay. Ankit Singh, you can answer this question. Are you getting me? Okay. Chance goes to another student, Akash Maurya. What is the answer?
The famous Kalika temple caved at Lord during the regions.
It is not Kalika, it is Kailas. Who is reading Kalika?
The famous Kailash temple.
You're reading it wrong. You're reading it wrong. Okay, Pintu Tiwari, unmute yourself and you read it and answer it. Read the second question.
Krishna Raja 1.
You have
The famous Kailash temple cave at Ellora during the region of King. Answer. Krishna Raj 1.
Okay. Shiv Kumar, you can answer. The answer is correct. Okay. The famous Kailash temple carved at Ellora during the reign of the king Krishna Raj 1. Those who have not got the answers, note it down in your notebooks. So, by looking at these slides, you have got a brain gym today. Means your brain have been gymmed today. You have to find, some students are finding the answers. This would not be happened if you have read the lesson properly after my explanation. In the last two lectures, I have explained you the lesson. But while explaining, you get some information and only 20 to 30% information retains in your mind. 100% information, if you want to memorize, if you want to remember, you have to read the lesson yourself. This you have understood from today's session. I guess all the students have got the importance of reading the chapter. Why you should read the chapter? Every time your teachers, your parents, they ask you to open the textbook and read the chapter. So this is the reason why should you read the chapters. When you read the chapters, all the important information is remembered in our minds. So our brain is very, likewise you don't want to do any difficult work. Our brain is also that much lazy. He also don't want any more work to do. But if you yourself try to read each and every chapter properly, your brain will not make this mistake. Your brain will remember the things which you have read. Okay. Now, this is the question from your textbook, that tabulate the following names of the dynasties and their capitals. Some dynasties are being given and you have to write the names of their capitals in front of them. You can write the name of these dynasties and then you can write the capitals. Your time is for 2 minutes. Your time starts now. Write the name of the dynasty and write the name of the capital in front of it. Don't make this chart. Only write the name. Number 1, Chalukya. Make an arrow and write the name of the capital in front of it.
But sir, Chalukya dynasty is a capital of a Badmi.
Badani. Chalukya dynasty is a capital not. You have to not give the answer like that. Badami is the capital of Chalukya dynasty. This is the right. Chalukya is a... So Badami is a city in the Chalukya kingdom. So your answer should be Badami is the capital of Chalukya dynasty. While telling the answer, you should tell your answer like that. Chalukya, then Pandya, then Satvahana, then Pallava. Okay. Some students want to give the answer. So I will not disappoint them. I will ask them to give the answer. Yes. Pintu Tiwari, what is the capital of Chalukya dynasty?
Sir, Partapi.
Vatapi. Okay. Badami or Vatapi. Both the names are there. If you are writing Badami, that is also right. Vatapi, that is also right. Then kingdom of Pandya dynasty. Lakshmi Singh. Pandya dynasty. What is the kingdom of Pandya dynasty? Lakshmi Singh. Ritika. Ritika,
Sir,
you can answer.
Sir, answer is Madurai.
Okay. Satvahana dynasty. Ritika. Ritika from Bhandup. You can answer. What is the kingdom of Satvahana dynasty? Some more students are raising their hands.
I am giving answer.
No. Only the students whom I am asking, they should give the answer. Okay. Pantadpula. Pintu Tiwari, you have got your chance now. So wait. Let others get the chance. Pantadpula. Capital of Satvahana dynasty.
Patistana.
What?
Amravati. Patistana, Amravati.
Pratishthan.
Yes,
Today's Python. You are giving this answer. Then Pallava dynasty. We will check it out in your answers. Rahindra Sharma. Pallava dynasty.
Kanchipuram.
Okay. All of you have given the answers. And let us check the answer. The capital of Chalukya dynasty, Vatapi. Those who have written Badami, they are also right, because Badami and Vatapi are the name of the same place. Vatapi was the name in the ancient time, and today it is Badami. That is the correct answer. Then Pandya dynasty. The answer was given Madurai. Absolutely right. Correct. Then the capital of the Satvahana dynasty was Pratishthan. Absolutely right. Correct. And the capital of Pallava dynasty was Kanchipuram. Correct. All of you have given the correct answers. Very good. Very good, all of you. Let us move to the next slide. These two questions I have taken from your textbook. And here I want to explain you that while writing the answers of social studies or science or any subject, you have to write the answers in brief. You have to give the answer in 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So while writing the answers of these questions, you have to make the points. Most of the students in most of the school, when I visit there, I find that students don't write the answers of the big questions. They just write the question and leave the space for the answers in the papers. So why this happens? When you write the answers in the form of paragraphs, it is difficult for you to learn. It is difficult for you to remember. But when you will write the answers in the form of the points, one by one, you will remember the points, and you can memorize it while writing the answers in your exams. You can easily memorize it, and you can easily write the lengthy answers also. Very easily, you can write the lengthy answers. So the first question I have included here, what is meant by Trisamudra Toya Pit Vahan? Any one of you who knows the answer of this question can raise your hand and you can give the answer. Okay, Yash Chambhar, do you know the answer? What is meant by the Trisamudra Toya Pit Vahan? Okay, someone is raising the hand. Yes, you are. I can't hear your voice. Your voice is very slow. I guess there is a problem with your mobile mic. I think there is a problem with the mic with your mobile. Let me give the chance to another student. Yes, another student who is ready to answer it. Yes, Pintu Tiwari, again you are raising your hands. You can answer it. Come on. Unmute yourself first. Unmute yourself.
Trisamund Toya Pitwahan mean one those horses drink the water of three sea. It simple mean to disclaim the one those king is so what that is extended to the three sea, Arab Sea, the Bay of Bengal, or the Indian Ocean, and the Indian Ocean.
See, your pronunciation is somewhat like in Hindi accent. You should improve your pronunciation. It is Arabian Sea. In Hindi, we call it Arab Sea. But in English, if you are in English medium school, your pronunciation should improve. You have given a correct answer. Your answer is correct. But please focus on your pronunciations. Okay. So let us see the answer. See, the answer is the same which Pintu Tiwari have given. But I have written this answer in 3 points. In the first point, it has been described that Satvahana king Gautami Putra Satkarni was described as Trisamudra Toya Pitvahan. Means this, what is Trisamudra Toya Pitvahan? We have to explain it. But before explaining it, we should give some background of that. Means who was the king who was titled this Trisamudra? That is given in only in 1 point. See, Satvahana king Gautami Putra Satkarni is described as Sea Samudra Toya Pitvahan. Okay. Then Toya means water. The title means one whose horse have drunk the water of 3 seas. The 3 seas are Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal, and the Indian Ocean. The answer of the student who have given the answer is also correct. It is correct. You will get full marks. But if you present your answer in the forms of points, the person who is checking, the teacher who is checking your paper will find a good presentation. And you will have a good image of yourself in front of the teacher. So your answer is right. And this, whatever I am showing, the process of writing the answer in the slide, you have to remember that you have to answer the brief questions in the form of points. Let us move to the next slide. Second question. What goods were exported from the Muziris port? Yes. One who knows the answer, you can raise your hand. I'll give you the chance to answer it. What goods were exported from the Muziris port? Yes. Those who are going to raise their hands, they will be getting a chance to answer it. Any one of you? Yes, please raise your hand. Again, Pintu Tiwari is only raising his hands. He is only the one student who is studying over here. I want some different student for this answer. Yes. Okay, Adarsh Kanojia. What goods were exported from the Muziris port?
Muziris port was near Kanchi on the coast of Kerala. From this port, spices, pearls, precious stones, and other goods were exported to Rome and the other countries in the west.
Very good. Correct. You are absolutely right. Okay. He have explained where the port was. And then he have given the answer. Okay. The port of Muziris was in the Chir kingdom. He have explained that it was on the coast of Kerala. Right. That can also be included in it. Okay. And it was in the Chir Kingdom. And it was a major center for the export of spices, pearls, precious stones, etc. And where they were exported to the Rome, to Italy and other countries in the West. Okay. These were the some questions which were being included from in between the lesson, and some questions were taken from back of your lessons, which were given in your textbook. The main motto of this today's session was to revise the chapter and also to make you understand why reading the lesson is important for all of us. That was the main motto. That was the main thing which I was about to tell you. And how to write the brief questions was the main thing which I wanted to explain you in today's session. I guess all of you students have understood, have very well revised the chapter. We have very well revised the chapter. Some brainstorming session was there for you, because you have to recall whatever you have learned in the previous 2 lectures. Some students have to find it out from the textbooks. Finding out from the textbook is not bad, but it will help you out to understand why the reading of the lesson is important. And also in the last part, I have explained you how to write the brief answers, making points to have a good presentation. In this way, we have completed our last session of this chapter. I guess all of you have understood the lesson. All of you have understood the importance of reading the lesson. We have completed today's session. Thank you and have a nice day.